16 minutes.
16 minutes? No, not at all. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Department of Nerds podcast.
No countdown.
No countdown.
Ah.
We're here. And I got a question for you two fine folks.
Okay.
Have y'all seen Mandalorian?
Oh, I love you so much.
Let's talk Mandalorian.
Finally.
Let's talk Mandalorian.
Dalton just went 6 to midnight.
Yeah, he did.
Oh,
I was
buddy.
waiting for his eyes to just go
And back to
Got
6 because he finished.
very quickly. Very quickly.
No, buddy, I'm still
Oh,
up
he
there,
finished
trust me.
and he's still going.
Yeah.
What are we drinking there, Omar?
It's water.
That looked very cloudy.
Just because there's lemon juice in it.
And what else?
And ice.
And what else? There it is. Is it good?
It is.
I'm not a gin person. I still haven't opened that bottle you left here.
Open the fucking
Gin tastes
bottle.
like ass. Was it airplane gin? Or whatever the fuck it's called?
Aviation.
Eh.
Is it that air prop plane gin?
I mean, I'm drinking out of my Lady Deadpool cup, so.
Pinkies up, bitch. So what are we waiting for there, Stormy Daniels?
Waiting on you.
I said let's
you-
talk Mandalorian. You got
Let's talk about it.
got rock hard. You could beat an elk with that thing. So let's
I'm not that tall. I can't reach that shit.
you could find a way to bludgeon an animal to death with that thing right now. I know it. So what's up? You've seen it. Tell me what you thought.
It's perfect tie-in.
For
I mean, for Star Wars in general, because I mean, you knew about Boba Fett, Jango Fett, the clones,
yes.
and now we finally kind of get a backstory to the Mandalorian bounty hunters,
Okay.
or I mean, more or less. But it's you do, but you don't, because most of
So
them die there towards the end.
here's how much you love Star Wars. Show your right arm. You have a Star Wars tattoo.
Yes, that's
Now-
not done yet.
This is what I want you to do. What was your?
Hmm.
I want you to tell me what you hate. What's your least favorite part of the Mandalorian? Aside from there wasn't enough episodes. I want to know
That
what
the-
you dislike.
That the Night Watch wasn't introduced.
Ooh, okay.
Do you know who the Night Watch is?
No.
So they're basically in the
Yes, let's dive into your world now because I don't know anything except from
In
the
the-
movies.
in the
It's now
books
the
and
Dalton
animated
show.
series. Yeah, the Night Watch is basically kind of like the rogue Mandalores or Mandalorians, bounty hunters.
Welcome
rather.
to the Department of Dalton podcast.
Yeah, this is going to be me. But eventually in the animated series, I think the new season, you finally see the final season.
Which show?
The Clone Wars animated.
Okay.
But
I'm so
Dalton,
glad
stop
this is on.
using
I'm so glad this is on YouTube because then they can see what's going on here. That is awesome.
what the
Eh.
fuck?
You have to tighten. You have to tighten the joints.
It is.
You have to tighten it continuously. I hate those booms.
Okay. Anyways, Night Watch. They basically end up they're rogue and they team up with the First Order, the Empire,
Mhm.
and they're basically run by Darth Maul at the time
Mhm.
and Darth Sidious, and they just kind of go around, helping out the Empire with shit.
Okay.
But I think they're going to be introduced in this one because there's hints and whatnot towards it, and the Darksaber there at the end. One of the Night Watch people. Now I'm second guessing myself. It's called not. Holy shit! Hold on. But anyways, they have the Darksaber for years. I mean, through generations and generations that you see at the very end.
Yeah.
And the fact that old boy has it, I'm not entirely. Death Watch. Holy shit! Not Night
Nice.
Watch.
Okay.
Death Watch. Yeah, I know. Fucking going.
Man,
great.
you went Game of Thrones.
Yeah,
Well, no, I wasn't saying nice like you messed it up. I'm saying nice. That's a badass name.
but I just don't know where they're going in the direction with that because he has the Darksaber now, but they've had it for generations. I mean, hundreds of years.
Okay,
And-
so then let's break this down. Do we want to go full blown Star Wars and talk about the movies and how everything ties together with the animated series, or are we going to need multiple episodes for that?
That's a multiple episode thing.
That's 5-10 episodes easy.
All right. So what do we want to talk first on this episode? I'll leave it to you, Dalton. We're in Star Wars territory for the foreseeable.
I'll let you pick it and I'll talk about it.
Let's talk about the best movie in the whole series.
If you say Phantom Menace, I'm booting you out. I have three good things to say about the Phantom Menace. Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon Jinn.
I'm surprised you can actually come up with three.
Darth Maul.
Okay.
And the fact it was necessary.
6 to midnight with both sabers coming out.
Right? Dude, every time I got to go back and rewind and like, yes. Because the whole time you just thought, you just got a big handle.
Well, he was trained as an assassin to take on 2 Jedi at once, so.
And the third reason is that it was necessary. Other than the whole fucking movie was just it smelled worse than the shit I took before I left work.
It wasn't even necessary, actually.
It kind of was.
Not really.
No.
Think about it.
What are y'all fucking talking about?
Phantom Menace.
Yeah, we're diving in.
The movie itself was definitely necessary.
I agree.
It shows how Anakin's upbringing, and now that guy's like a meth addict in real life and like is in prison. But regardless, he followed the path. But it literally showed from a child all the way up through the first 3, the prequels, how he became Darth Vader.
No, I'm saying episode 1. Phantom Menace was not necessary for the story.
That's what I mean. It is. It shows Anakin.
You
just want to have Anakin.
Basically, the intro to episode 2 and 3.
It literally shows how
you could have lumped that together at the beginning of episode 2.
No, you couldn't. There was too much.
Intro to character. He wasn't even in there that long. He pod raced. That's about it.
Okay, but still, what about the Jedis? Obi-Wan and how do you say it? Because apparently Qui-Gon's fucking wrong.
Qui.
It's Qui.
Qui this.
You could get rid of episode.
My gin.
I'll drink my gin. How about that? Episode 1 really wasn't that necessary. You could have done a TV show. A single TV episode could have covered everything in that movie.
I wouldn't say that. I could say a 3-part miniseries.
See, no, okay, let me stop. Let me tell you the things that introduced.
Let's do it.
The role of 2 for the dark side. You have a master and apprentice at all times. Apprentice kills the master. At the very end, he said there's always 2, no more, no less, right? It showed Anakin suffering from becoming an orphan, leaving his mother, how basically the pod racing also, that showed that he had amazing reflexes. He's the only human that could ever do that, so that was a little hint. It showed Obi-Wan's rise from a Padawan to an actual master. That's a key element. Because previous to that, he was a fucking farmer, and because he couldn't get in the academy because he was shit. He actually has a very low metachlorian count, by the way. But, I mean, just those 3 things alone showed Darth Maul, who's continuous throughout the entire animated series and Solo. He's a key player in everything.
Single episode. No,
I can tell you what the Star Wars universe could have fucking done without.
The best character of the whole fucking
Fuck
series.
you, Omar. Jar Jar Binks is the fucking worst.
Bro, that guy tried to kill himself in real life.
He is.
Good. If I played Jar Jar Binks, I probably would have.
That's awful, Dave, first of all.
Well, okay, fair enough, but I probably would have.
Fun fact, after the movies, Jar Jar became like a street clown and just disappeared.
Damn, that's not very fun.
Now, after the fall of the Jedi Council, Jedi Order and stuff, became a street clown on Coruscant.
Oh, so in the story he did.
Oh, I was about to say guy playing.
I thought you were talking
about
the
end. No, it's canon. Like it really, it happened in the books and shit. But he's just nobody anymore.
So, okay, I got a question. What do you think about the theory that Jar Jar Binks was secretly a Sith Lord?
Completely bullshit, and I fucking hate. You remember the FDC guy E4 nerdy doesn't break it down.
Eaton?
Nope, tall. Kind of like looks out of shape. Anyways, Rubel.
Oh, yeah.
He always fucking messes me out.
I'm taller than he is.
He's taller than me. No, you're not.
Yeah, I am. I am
the same.
him.
Anyways, he always texts me like once a month and saying Jar Jar's a Sith, and I lose my shit.
Well, that's because you overreact to literally anything that happens.
But it's like proven that it's not. He's not.
Well, explain it.
He literally became a street clown and disappeared. That's not what Sith do.
Well, in the movies, he didn't. In the movies, he wasn't he a member of the Senate in the movies?
The second to third one, yeah, somehow.
And wasn't he in episode 7 for a brief moment before the planet was destroyed? I just remember seeing him. I don't know.
Sure it wasn't a different Gungan?
Are you saying all Gungans look the same, Dave?
Wow. I didn't say that.
GLM, Gungan Lives Matter.
Well, I'm going to have a fun time editing this episode.
Yeah, you are.
No, he wasn't in episode 7 at all. It was probably just another Gungan.
We didn't even see him in episode 3. I don't recall seeing him in episode 3. If we did, it might have been for a half a second.
Yeah, no, he was, because it was during like the whole Senate speech and stuff. Like after.
Oh yeah, so it was a quick moment.
It was a flash. Yeah, he wasn't even in there really. Now he's speaking roles.
Well, I don't know, man. I just think episode 1 was necessary, even though they could have done a way better job with that movie.
Oh yeah, I mean, hell. When it came out in '99, like, come on.
Okay, episode 4, 5, and 6 came out before I was a twinkle in my dad's eye.
Now you would have been like 15 then, wouldn't you?
Ooh.
Wow.
He's telling that to you, so.
Wow. I hope your whole computer crashes and it dies.
That's $1,600, Dave.
And then I hope your chair falls apart while you're in it.
What the fuck? Why would you?
I think that's more likely for me. I think that's more likely for it to happen to me than him.
Oh, stop it, Omar. You stop that.
No, I refuse.
Do it now.
Do it.
All right, so
let's go over episode 2.
Yeah, episode 2. Let's go, Dalton.
What about it?
What'd you like? What'd you hate? How did you feel about its interpretation on the film?
I feel like they could have done without the scene, like the whole fucking 30 minutes of Padme and Anakin whenever they had to go, like, run away to protect her. I feel like, that could have been broken down a lot quicker. I mean, granted, it showed their, love interest and shit, but oh my fucking God.
Did the whole thing just fall?
Yeah.
You see why I don't use those anymore.
So this is going to be today, but what the fuck, man? Like, it completely ripped everything off.
Did you buy the microphone that came with the stand, or did it just come with the boom?
I bought everything separate.
Okay, so just put it back on the stand.
I don't know where my stand's at.
You are literally the worst.
So my mom tells me every day.
All right, so while you're doing that, Omar, what do you think of episode 2?
It's all right.
What'd you like? What'd you hate? What would you do different?
You got to remember, last time I saw that was probably in the movie theater.
Oh, wow.
So, what'd that come out? 2002? Let me look. Yeah. That's the last time. So, I last saw it 18 years ago.
Yikes. Yikes bikes.
Like, yeah. Yeah, I think that's
Are you okay over there?
Actually, that's when the Yoda fight happened finally, right?
Nope, that was episode 3.
Yeah, that was
episode 3.
No. In 2 he fought Dooku.
Yeah.
Yes.
That was the only thing I wanted to see, and I was so angry.
You know what?
After seconds.
I want more of Count Dooku in episode 2. That's what I want.
Yeah, I mean, because originally he was a Jedi, and he actually
was
Qui-Gon's master.
He was Yoda's Padawan, wasn't he?
Yeah,
Yoda's
I would have liked
Padawan
to
and
have
Qui-Gon's
seen a little
master.
bit of that backstory in episode 1, and then see more of it in episode 2.
Yeah, because frankly, I didn't know who the fuck he was when that dropped. But what I did like about that movie, though, like the main thing was it showed Anakin basically going back and killing the Sand People, and that once again showing his suffering turn into rage. Side. Yeah, he just wanted slaughtering a whole camp of them and shit. But
not just the men, the women, and the children too.
I don't like sand. It's coarse and it gets everywhere.
But yeah, I think the only thing I was really looking forward to was seeing Yoda fight, and we got maybe 30 seconds of it.
Yeah, maybe a minute.
Fuck. They fought for like 10 seconds, then Dooku threw the rocks and Yoda stopped them.
I would have loved to have seen that go on for like a good 5 minutes.
Oh, for sure.
Because the only time you ever see Yoda fight again ever is episode 3, and it's about 30 seconds long. So it's serious.
I enjoyed that fight a lot more.
Yeah.
I like to see the saber fights.
Yeah, if they're done right, yeah.
Like,
not all of them are great, but I did like.
No, not all of them are great, and honestly, it's the one thing. It is the one thing that I've actually liked about the newer movies compared to the old one, the originals.
Yeah,
and that is.
They put a lot more into the fighting.
The flashier fights are more appealing for that.
Mm-hmm.
It looks cool. I mean, there's no other way to really put it.
Right, and I think that's one thing that they were trying to do was give us more of the lightsaber fights in the newer movies than the older ones, because the older ones you only had so much to use for special effects.
Yeah.
So they could only do so much.
The older ones.
I want to talk about one of my favorite villains, though.
Who dat?
General Grievous. I was a fan.
I don't like him.
Hello there.
Tell me why.
He doesn't even have is capable of harnessing the Force. And granted, he's half robot because Dooku fucked him. But the only reason he's somewhat
I'm going to need you to elaborate that, because if I isolate just that clip, it's going to sound real weird.
Dooku had him under his apprenticeship to an extent prior to episode 2 and 3, and I don't remember, there was something wrong that he didn't want him alive, so he crashed the ship that he was on, and it basically killed him, but then he rebuilt him the way he wanted him, and then he put it was another Darth, his blood, they put the blood in him to kind of give him, a little edge.
Darth Plagueis the Wise.
Negative. I want to say it's Bane, but his blood is in. But yeah, that's hence the forearms and shit and everything else.
I got you.
Do you provide a blood? Oh no, it's a Sifo Dyas's blood. He was a Jedi Master that they killed previously. But I don't know. I like him in the Clone Wars animated series.
Grievous was in that?
Oh, he's in it all the time.
Well, I haven't watched it yet.
Because in episode 3, one of the opening scenes is, Anakin saying, I thought you'd be taller. Because the Clone Wars, the animated hasn't dropped yet. Mm-hmm. So that was technically their first time meeting. But their real first time meeting would have been years and years ago. Like prior to that. Yeah. But I don't know. I'm not partial to him.
I don't know. I like them. Well, mainly because he was part of one of the most iconic moments in Star Wars history, when the old hello there.
I don't know if that's the most iconic in Star Wars history. I'd call it.
It's the most iconic in pop culture from Star Wars.
For memes, yeah.
Yeah. One of the most used GIFs of all time.
That's enough of that.
Rona.
Yeah, stop that shit.
Yep, you got that Rona.
Yep. So, all right. Episode 3.
Trace, the best fight scene in Star Wars history.
The best of the prequel trilogies. And one of my 3 favorites of all time.
What are your other 2?
So, fuck, now I'm spacing on what the actual title of episode 3 was. Revenge of the Sith?
Revenge of the Sith,
yeah. Revenge of the Sith, Empire, and Force Awakens. Those are my top 3.
Fight scenes?
Movies.
Oh, okay. I thought we were talking about fight. I'm like,
no, God, no.
The fucking new ones, there's barely any fighting. It sucks.
Yeah, no. Well, episode 7 did have some pretty gnarly fight scenes toward the end.
Yeah, episode 9 did too at the end there for about 10 seconds.
Yeah, episode 9, I'm not a massive fan of.
I don't like the very ending.
I felt we'll get to that movie. We will get to that movie. So episode 3 is by far my favorite of the first 3. I just like the way the story unfolded. Because within 40 minutes of the movie, everything's falling apart.
Yeah.
You know, and then I didn't like when they killed Sam Jackson. That really upset me.
Senator Rob Portman's calling me. Okay.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
Sorry, Senator. We're recording a podcast that nobody will ever watch.
Nope.
I don't know. Just something about the movie and how the story unfolded just really got me suckered in.
It was a slow too. Like it was very slow, which I liked.
I guess it just depends on what you look for in a movie.
I mean, I like the story.
I did too. And the way they played it out. Like, I think it worked great. That's just me, though.
I just wish that, like you said, they didn't kill Sam Jackson. That hurt.
I really enjoyed Yoda's lightsaber fight with Senator Palpatine because I think it was very aggressive for Yoda.
It wasn't even that much of a saber fight, was it? It was more of just a force fight.
More or less, yeah. But when they you saw the aggression in Yoda that you didn't see before in anything, really.
I would love to see a Yoda in his prime fighting.
Yes.
Forget sequels and no, I want to see Yoda in his prime.
Mm-hmm. Like Yoda when he first becomes a master.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I want to see fresh Master Yoda dropping all the hits.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
But the thing, like whenever they go in there and old boy just jumps up and does a 920 and just starts screaming and shit.
Yeah, that was a little much for me.
But here's the thing though. Kit Fisto, the tentacle head looking dude.
Okay.
A Jedi Master, all 4 of them who were in there. I mean, he almost, he lasts the longest because technically he is like the most powerful second to Mace Windu there on the council besides Yoda.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, he still gets fucking dropped. I didn't like how they portrayed any of that. I mean, all 4 of those guys should have been at least lasted a little bit longer than 4 seconds apiece. I don't know.
Element of surprise. I don't know.
Well, yeah, you can't prepare for that shit.
Yeah, that's why it's called an element of surprise.
All right, that's our episode. Have a good day, guys. What the fuck?
Yeah. Yeah, you can't prepare for the element of surprise, man. It's crazy how it works.
Yeah.
Yeah, what about, I think she was in the first one, Yaddle. Remember her?
I'm going to be honest with you. Star Wars is a world where I did not learn any names other than the main characters.
It's the female Yoda who's on the council in the first episode.
I'll have to go back and watch.
It's in there whenever they're questioning Anakin or Qui-Gon Jinn, one of the two, but she's in there for a split second. And then we have a Baby Yoda. Come on.
Well, it's not a Baby Yoda.
Yes,
Well, the motherfucker's 50 years old and it's a child of a species that no one knows
after
what it is.
Yoda died. It's not Yoda.
Would be if
but
it's
it's
a clone.
50, but it's only like 5 years after Yoda's death or something like that. So
Right.
and it's 50 years old.
Right.
It was clone.
Ooh.
Well, it's because the theory was on the little baby carriage fucking floaty thing it had the cloner symbol on it.
I'm going to have to go back and watch everything.
So therefore, if it is indeed a clone, it is Baby Yoda.
Could be.
Fair enough.
I mean, it had the Camino, like from Camino, wherever all the clones were coming from, it had that same symbol and everything. So, I mean, who knows?
Yeah, so I have another question. Episode 7, they reveal that they're no longer using clones.
Mm-hmm.
When did they stop using clones?
I've read this somewhere, but honestly I couldn't tell you.
I guess I could have gave you a little warning that we were talking Star Wars. But, I just wanted to see how you operated on the fly.
Honestly,
So far, so good, except for wondering how you can prepare for the element of surprise.
You can't. Troopers are redesigned as stormtroopers throughout the early years. I don't know.
Yeah, because I know throughout episodes 1 through 6 they were using clones.
It was after the Camino uprising.
When was that?
I don't know. I just read what it says.
Okay.
Because I know whenever that happened, I guess, the clones were given a choice, stay in or get out. And that's like when Rex and all of them, they all got out together. But some did stay in. That's when they started, snatching babies.
Well, here's my other question. Because episode 1, Darth Maul, quote unquote, dies, but he doesn't die. In the movie Solo, does that come after episode 1 or does that come after episode 2?
Comes after.
Because Attack of the Clones kicks off the Clone War, which Darth Maul is a part of the Clone Wars series. And Solo, he was trying to become a pilot in the Empire, wasn't he?
Yeah. So it takes basically 20 years after episode 1.
Okay, when is episode 2?
Like 10 years later.
Okay, so
or
they already
like
have
5
the clones.
actually, like 5 years later.
No, it can't be 5 years. Not with that age difference of Anakin.
So
he's like 12 in the movie. He's like 16,
episode
17,
1,
like ish.
Episode 1, then there's episode 2, and then comes the Clone Wars animated movie, and then comes the Clone Wars TV series, and then episode 3, and then Solo.
Solo was not after episode 3.
That is what this is saying.
There's no way, because Darth Maul was in Solo at the end, and Darth Maul is in the Clone Wars, and episode 3 happens after the Clone Wars.
Clone Wars happens throughout 1 through 3.
How does it happen throughout 3 if during 3?
Because literally the final season that dropped like a month ago.
Yeah.
Go watch on Disney Plus. It literally shows Order 66, Anakin turn, this and that.
Okay.
It shows Ahsoka Tano coming back for a while.
So basically, Solo happens during the first act of episode 3.
Ish, yeah.
So if they've already got the clones, how is he trying to go be a pilot in the Empire if they're just using clones?
Well, then it has to take place a few years later.
But Darth Maul's dead at the end of Clone Wars.
No, he's not. He's still alive. Dude, Darth Maul is alive all the way up until Kenobi's Kenobi's an old man on Tatooine. In Star Wars Rebels, another animated series, at the very end, you see they meet up in the desert. He fucking kills Darth Maul for real this time. Darth Maul's like, avenge us. And
so
then you hear
Darth Maul dies after episode 3, before episode 4.
Yes, like 30 years later. But in the background, you hear Luke's aunt yell for Luke on Tatooine.
Oh, so right before episode 4.
Because he was there to hunt him down, and he came across Kenobi, and then they had one last out because Kenobi's been there for like 30 years watching over this kid, or 20.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah, I definitely got it. So is Rebels done with as well?
Yeah.
Is that on Disney Plus?
Yep.
All right. Looks like I got some watching to do.
Because that also shows, not Cal. Oh hell. Anyways, another Jedi who takes a kid under his wing. I can't remember the two names, but you actually see them in. I want to say it's Mandalorian, maybe, or the Clone Wars. It's like on the holo table. You can see them for a split second. It's just a kind of little Easter egg that they're there.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I'm definitely going to have to look that up and watch that stuff because I have not watched the animated series or movies, and I feel like it would answer a lot of my dumb questions.
Yeah.
All right. Well, okay, let's talk Solo. We're going to talk phase 1 in this episode. We're not going to get into 4, 5, and 6 until the next episode. And then
so we're going to talk everything before the original trilogy.
Yes. And then
also,
the next episode, we'll talk 4, 5, 6, and Mandalorian.
What? Oh, fuck, I lost the name.
So
the one between 3 and 4, the one where they get the Death Star plans.
Oh, Rogue One.
Rogue One. Holy shit, with Jen Russo. Yeah, okay.
That movie was so good.
The ending made it.
Well, absolutely.
I was wearing jeans when I watched it, so I just had to say it 6. But it was a struggle.
It was trying. You almost ripped it, didn't you?
Yeah, I don't wear those jeans anymore. Luckily, I had a hoodie on.
Almost ripped denim without a knife or his hands.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, no, that movie was fantastically well done. And it was so fast-paced the whole way through, and you didn't miss anything.
No. I mean, it's perfect. Get the Death
and it
Star
was
plans,
perfectly leading up to episode 4.
Well, led up perfectly to it. I mean, got the Death Star
literally
plans,
right into
Princess Leia, and cut. Like, that was it.
Yep. Oh, and Darth Vader coming through that doorway. Oh. I didn't expect us to see Darth Vader in that at all, and then we did, and I was just like, Ermagerd.
I didn't expect to see a Mexican Star Wars character.
You know who plays
the pilot,
right?
Cassian?
Yeah. Okay.
You know who plays Mando, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, cool.
You know Rogue One was before.
Yes. Okay.
That's
y'all good?
That's why I didn't expect.
Okay.
Plus, Mando's not Mexican, so.
But what is he then?
He's Chilean.
Oh,
I thought we were talking about like Star Wars. Okay, never mind.
I didn't know he was from Chile.
Yeah, you wouldn't know, would you?
Wow. Fucking wow. Both of y'all today coming at me for no goddamn reason.
What did I do? Oh, you're old. That's right.
First off, motherfucker, I'm in my prime.
Second of all, I'm older than he is.
Yeah, I'm definitely.
You're in your prime.
I'm definitely not in my prime.
Oof.
Because last PT test we took, we walked it.
5 years ago, I was definitely in my prime. 5 years ago, I was in the best shape of my life. And then I had my surgery, and now I am no longer at all in any kind of shape other than fat.
That is a shape.
Yes.
What you doing, Omar?
Nothing.
None. Just have a little water.
Is that some bush plane gin?
At this point, yeah.
Some aircraft carrier gin?
All right, so what else? What do you got for Rogue One? Let's talk. I feel like we're just giving a quick rundown, and I feel like there's so much more you want to say, Dalton, because you made me believe that you were just ready to unload on all these movies, and we've gone through 4.
I do better when I'm asked questions. And I just keep rattling. But
favorite part of Phase 1?
Oh, shit.
Yeah, you don't do better when we ask questions.
Well, that was just... Do you know how much hours that is?
How many hours?
How much of the hours?
How much hours? Words are hard.
Yeah.
But no, in Rogue, I mean, that was probably one of the best detail. I mean, there was no lightsaber stuff besides Darth Vader. There was no Jedi stuff. There was barely any dark side.
There's a little bit of Jedi stuff.
A little bit, but not.
Boy, I am one with the Force. The Force is with me, or whatever he said.
He wasn't Force sensitive.
I kind of feel like he was for a little bit.
But I don't know. But it was more or less how. It was probably the most detailed Star Wars they've ever made, in all honesty.
I won't disagree with you.
Going from Jyn Russo as a child, her father worked on the Death Star. Well, his father worked for the Empire, got taken back to work on the Death Star.
Mm-hmm.
Hit her up fucking 15 years later. Here's how to destroy this thing. They go through the whole escapade of doing everything, getting a Empire pilot to switch sides to help them and do all this other stuff. Going to the city of the Kyber crystals, which just got decimated. That was sad. And then finally getting the plans of Leia, and they all die. Like, no one survives that entire movie.
Right.
Everybody literally dies.
Right.
Yeah.
That's usually what happens when the planet is exploded.
Yes, very, very much so. But I mean, as far as, like Star Wars lore and stuff go, that wasn't one of the big ones, especially for me.
Right.
Like, because it was more, I don't know, baseline, I guess, in a sense.
I don't know what you're trying to use that terminology for. Like, I don't follow your context here.
So in like all the Star Wars, it's always about the Jedi, and Sith, right? This has nothing to do with them whatsoever.
Correct.
It's all about the normal people, the rebels. Which the only time you really see the rebels is episode 2, when they're on Endor. Well, actually 1, 2, and 3. That was the big rebel phase. Okay. But you also had, Luke, Leia, Darth Vader, or Jango Fett. I mean, you had everybody there. Boba Fett, rather.
Speaking of,
it just shows more of the little people.
Speaking of Boba Fett, I know it's kind of jumping ahead to the next phase because we had a little bit of a discussion about this on the side at some point. Boba Fett survives.
Oh yeah, he crawls out of the pit, the Sarlacc
pit.
Yeah. Because in the comics, there's little fucking dinky looking things the Mando was destroying. Hell, you know what I'm talking about, the little hooded people with the eyes.
Jawas,
thank you. But whoever it is goes into one of those big carriers that they have, and on the shelves, it's old Mandalorian armor with burn marks, like acid burns.
Oh, okay.
So he could have charged his jetpack, flew up out of there, and he's just walking around somewhere
without armor.
Well, he's supposed to be in the next season of Mandalorian.
Right. Yeah, that's when we talked about it, when they announced that. Yeah. So.
And Boba's a clone too, isn't he?
Boba's a clone without the
growth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he has the smarts and stuff. And he doesn't have the inhibitor chip either.
Yeah.
Because they were all clones of Jango.
Yep.
Yes. Because Jango trained him, basically.
Right. Okay.
And all he wanted in return was basically to have a son.
Got it. Okay. I'm anxious to see what they do in Mandalorian Season 2.
Because Mace Windu chopped his fucking head off.
Yeah, he did.
Right in front of his son.
Yeah, he did.
Oh, God. He chopped his head up.
Yep.
Why would you do that? Not sanitary.
That's how you get the Rona.
All right. Well, on that note, you know what it's time for? Random Celebrity Generator Bullshit Star Wars Edition. That's
Yay!
Right, folks. We're going to pick random celebrities and we're going to cast them in Star Wars.
Oh, God.
Hey, Dave, you want Ron Jeremy?
Ooh.
No. All right, pick a number between 1 and 8.
Ron Jeremy, General Grievous.
No, we're not doing bystander number 4.
He wouldn't be swinging lightsabers. Dalton just got the image in his head too.
It's all soft and shit. Just
brings a whole new meaning to swinging dicks. Anyway, go on.
1 through 8, Dave.
Let's go with 8.
8. You don't want him. All right, Tobey Maguire. It was Kanye West.
Mace Windu.
No.
Tobey Maguire.
Omar, 1 through 8.
4.
Tom Hanks.
What the fuck? All right.
I'll take 6. I don't know who that is. Oh, Robert De Niro.
Fuck. Tobey Maguire.
Tom Hanks, episode 4, Obi-Wan.
Yeah, I can see that.
For Obi-Wan? I'd say Spider-Man's be Obi-Wan.
A young Obi-Wan.
Tobey Maguire? I got one. Tobey Maguire, episode 3, Uncle Owen. Oh, funny enough, episode 4, Uncle Owen too.
So we know his fate.
Jesus Christ.
Actually, just to make him do something different, Tom Hanks is Palpatine.
I would even go as far as Count Dooku if they gave him a bigger role.
Yeah. I want to see Tom Hanks as a villain.
Yeah.
Not like...
Yeah, he's always a good guy.
And even in Road to Perdition, he's kind of a bad guy, but he's not. He's like a bad guy with a heart of gold. No, right. I want to see him evil.
Yes.
I want to see him be a true villain.
Okay, if I had to give him a major role, Tobey Maguire is Anakin, younger, in his younger days. As long as they throw in the Spider-Man 3 emo dance once he turns to the dark side.
Just walking up the steps to the Jedi Council with 501st. Just shut.
He walks up to the younglings he's about to slay like that.
That's who Kanye West could be portrayed as, one of the younglings.
Youngling number 5.
Oh hell,
Jesus! All right, who did you have? Robert De Niro.
Yeah.
That's a General Grievous not General Grievous, Count Dooku if I ever saw him.
Yeah.
I thought about it. I don't know. It just doesn't. I don't think he has the look.
Tobey Maguire is Jar Jar Binks. Robert De Niro is the king of the Gungans. What?
So let's say they did like a background story to Count Dooku, coming up, younger and whatnot.
Yeah. I
could see that as Robert De Niro 10 years ago, 15 years ago. Perfectly, honestly.
No, not 15 years ago. He was old 15 years ago.
So it'd
have to be Taxi Driver Robert De Niro for that.
Good Lord.
I got one
everything.
I got one for you for Robert De Niro. Wow, De Niro.
Names are hard.
I know. Words are hard. The voice of Watto.
Get the fuck out.
Who?
The blue flying thing.
No.
Anakin's owner. His voice.
Oh, yes.
The voice.
Yes.
Robert De Niro's voice for Watto.
Yep. And if we had to cast Tom Hanks as a good guy, Qui-Gon Jinn.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And you said it right.
I did on purpose.
Hey!
I learned.
Fun fact, on the episode 1, they made everything basically to scale for everybody, so it was like 2 inches taller than them. But Liam Neeson's so damn tall, they had to spend like another $200,000 to build everything bigger for him.
What the fuck? How tall is Liam Neeson?
He's only like 6'3", but everybody else short as shit.
No, that's fair.
Oh, you know what would have been great? I just thought about it. Tom Hanks as Darth Maul.
No.
A younger Tom Hanks.
Nope.
You mean like from The Bachelor?
From Big.
Oh, so a little later.
Yeah.
I don't think so. I think, what was his name? Ray something? Is that his name?
Ray Park, the guy who played Toad in the first X-Men movie.
Yeah, I think he's perfect. I mean,
I
he
agree.
came back,
That's
reprised
the
his
point
role in Solo.
I agree, but that's the point of us doing our celebrity cast bullshit thing.
Well, there's some people you just can't take away, Dave.
Understood. But we never said that rule before like we did with the Marvel stuff.
Don't sass me.
I will.
I mean, I could see Toby as a young Obi-Wan.
No, Anakin.
I can see him as a young Obi-Wan.
I see him as Obi-Wan too.
I can see it.
That's what they need. They need to do an origin story for him.
They're going to, aren't they doing?
Oh
yeah,
no,
they're going to.
The show they're doing is going to be between episodes 3 and 4. It's not going to be an origin story.
Are you talking to me?
Yeah, it's not. The Obi-Wan show is not going to be.
Oh, I know.
I was telling.
I know
Omar.
when it's taking place.
I was telling Omar because he said they are doing an origin story, but they're not.
No, because I mean,
it's
like
it's origin of the important part.
I mean, yeah.
I
guess.
I mean, when you first meet him, technically in the Star Wars series, but I mean, like he went to the Jedi Academy as a child, basically failed out, and they have like different branches, and he was part of like the ecological branch, like to build and farm and shit. And he remember that he saved Qui-Gon Jinn's life at some point, and he says, "You got the stuff," and then trained him up, like gave him another chance.
Nice.
Yeah. So he's basically a piece of shit.
Nice. It's my kind of guy.
He's a piece of shit, or he's just
he was. Now he's the best.
So basically, how they portrayed Captain Kirk in the Star Wars reboots. A rebel piece of shit, and then he became one of the best captains in Starfleet.
Captain Kirk in the Star Wars reboots? Yeah.
Didn't I say Star Trek?
But I know what you meant. I've only watched those videos like once.
Those videos.
Not a huge movies.
God.
Not a huge Star Trek
Who's
guy.
old now?
Those VHS tapes.
Jeez.
Betamax.
Do you even know what that is?
That's what I was going to say. Do you even know what those are?
Yeah, they were the competitors for VHS tapes, and then VHS beat them out.
I just feel
like...
Do
you know why?
Rewinding?
Do you know why?
I just gave him a fucking answer.
No, do you know why VHS beat out Betamax?
He just gave you the answer.
I gave you a fucking answer.
I didn't. I don't listen to when you talk. I just see you doing this.
I said, you want to answer that?
Is this real life?
Sorry, it's a work thing.
My dad literally called me earlier, and I ignored it. So, but no, I said rewinding. Wasn't that it?
No.
Okay, I don't know.
What do you think was released on VHS and not Betamax?
Star Wars?
Star Wars?
No.
Star Trek.
Porn.
So Ron Jeremy beat out Betamax.
Beat it.
Yeah. He's checking if I'm saying it's true. I don't know if it's true. It just sounds like it is.
That'd be some shit though if it actually was because.
Yeah, I know, wouldn't it? It sounded like it's true, doesn't it?
It sounded really good.
So better sound, a better stable image, and the recorders were of higher quality.
Well, basically what you look for in porn.
The porn.
Also, it also refused to license certain, like, Japanese, that's different, format to other films. Like, they wouldn't license it to certain things. Porn.
All right, so do we have anything else we want to talk about in Phase 1 of Star Wars? Otherwise, we're going to get out of here.
I don't know. Ask the
Star Wars nerd?
Yeah, ask the Star Wars nerd.
I mean, if you guys want to like jump down some fucking rabbit holes for hours, we could do it. But
I mean,
we're just pretty mainlined here.
You can go back farther. How far back is Revan?
Darth Revan?
Revan, however you pronounce it. I can't pronounce words either, apparently. I've been
Darth Rev your engine?
During the Old Republic.
Oh, Jesus.
They're going to be their new trilogy, supposedly.
Ooh.
What's that word?
What
was that word?
Their new trilogy, supposedly.
No, try that one again.
Supposedly.
There you go.
What was I saying?
Supposedly.
Do you say library?
Biblioteca.
You don't say that. You're in Ohio.
Yeah.
Let's jump down a rabbit hole. One rabbit hole.
We want to do Darth Revan?
Happens. Sure.
All right. So, old boy was on the Jedi Council. He was a Jedi Knight. Okay. Ended up getting turned to the dark side, hence that.
Yes.
That's Jedi.
Yes.
And then went to the dark side, and at some point during a fight or battle or crash, he got amnesia. The Jedi were able to recover him and basically turn him back. Not really even turn him back, just say, hey, you're a Jedi, cool. And he went along that path for a hot minute. And I'm pretty sure he went back.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, they're going to do that new trilogy based on the Old Republic, and aren't they trying to get Keanu Reeves to play Revan?
Ooh. That's the theory of it. Because, I mean, Revan just now became canon. Because in episode 9...
Okay, stop. What does that even mean? Because that is the...
Canon means real. Canon means real. It goes with the storyline. Legends means, like, some of the comics and books that aren't...
Okay, because I just started recently noticing that being said in 2020. Before 2020, I had never heard that shit being said.
Really?
Yeah. But I also hadn't dived too deep into all this shit.
But what were we talking about?
Darth Revan.
What was I saying that was canon, though? Oh, yeah, in episode 9, in the picture dictionary that you can, like, buy on Amazon and shit, the troops, the red troops, the Sith troopers, they have different squadrons, and one of them is Revan Squadron, or Revan Platoon, or something like that. So they're all named after Sith lords. Jedi collect forces, follow the dark side of the Force, usually born Darth Revan, turn Sith apprentice.
Revan Legion. Okay.
Yeah, Revan Legion, that's what it was. So he was actually under Darth Malak, which was, that motherfucker was crazy. But, yeah, like I said, he was Jedi, became a Sith, became a Jedi again, and then I'm pretty sure he went to basically being a gray Jedi, which is somewhere in between. Like, there's no light without dark, there's no bad without good, shit like that.
So basically, both y'all motherfuckers are crazy.
Yeah. But, like, that's what Ahsoka Tano went and did. Like, she went off on her own and became a gray Jedi. And when he was, like, Sith training, because they had, like, a Sith Academy at that time, I think. He actually went to Darth Bane, who was, like, the first dark side user that enforced the rule of 2. He went to his tomb, and he appeared, and Revan just fucking slaughtered everybody else who tried to go, like, get his saber and shit. But not much is known about him, honestly. I mean, because he was canon or legends forever, and now.
In other words, they could do whatever they want with the character.
Oh yeah, they can do anything. As long as they keep that storyline, I don't think anybody's really going to give a shit that he was Jedi, Sith, Jedi, dark or gray, whatever. But I mean, you've never seen his face, anything like that. Kind of like the Mando.
Interesting.
The Sith Empire has established. But yeah.
So is that as far down the rabbit hole as we're going?
as
far as Revan, well, like I said, I mean, I said there's multiple ones, but I mean, for Revan, there's not much known, besides the video game he was in, the Old Republic, and stuff in the books, which isn't much.
Is Ahsoka still? So how do you pronounce her name?
Revan?
No.
Who?
Anakin's Padawan for a while, wasn't it?
Ahsoka Tano?
Yeah, her.
Yeah,
she's still alive?
We don't know because she ends up fighting Vader in like this. Fuck. It was where a Sith holocron was, and Maul pulled it out, and they went and fought inside of it, and it closed down around them. So
no, she did.
We don't know.
She did.
She's pretty fucking powerful.
She did.
Oh, okay. What's wrong with you?
A lot.
I don't know. Have either of you guys played the new Star Wars game?
No.
The last Star Wars game I played was Knights of the Old Republic.
I didn't even play that one.
Fuck, goddamn. It's like 50 years ago. Fucking Sega. She died during the confrontation for a master in the final episode. Yeah, so that was the Star Wars Rebels, one of the last episodes. Because Maul was trying to take over.
Gotcha.
Yeah. But you know, bro. You know.
I think she's dead.
Oh, yeah, she's probably fucking dead.
Actually, it says died during or prior to 135 ABY.
I still don't understand the dates of fucking. You got BBY, ABY, and then they changed it again.
Yeah, I don't understand them either.
Well, I think 0 ABY is basically A New Hope. I think that's what they base it on.
Gotcha.
I don't know. I could be just talking out my ass, which is easy to do.
I don't really pay attention to years. It's too fucking confusing in all honesty.
I wonder if we're gonna see time travel.
You just wanted a drink. You just wanted a drink.
I did.
Good.
That was straight gin. Woo.
You all right?
Yep, I'm good.
Good.
So,
That's all we got.
Yeah, I feel like that's all we got. That was just
all we got. I think there's too many. I think if we go down rabbit holes, we need to know what rabbit holes we want to try to go down. Because
we started with Mandalorian and then just went off the fucking rails.
Yeah, we totally did.
Yeah, we didn't really talk about Mandalorian.
No, we didn't.
I just realized it too.
All right, folks, that's part 1 of our Star Wars talk.
Who knows where we'll go next week?
Yep, we'll be back next week with some other random bullshit that probably won't have to do with what we say we're going to talk about.
Yes.
All right, see you then.